Hello, bring a trailer. Well, I've never said that before. I'm here with Fawaz, the seller of this 911, because not only has this man sold me my Toyota Century, which is like the love of my life now, but I'm also trying to educate myself on older 911s. And this one, he hasn't stopped going on about it. So it's a beauty. What have we got? What is this?
So this is a 1973 Porsche 911S. It's a very special car to me. It's actually one of my personal cars. We ended up picking up this car in Japan at auction a couple years ago. I liked it because it's an outlaw build. It's got a little bit of patina, unlike some of the cars you see now that everything's been thrown into a catalog. This car was built in around the early 90s when it was imported from the United States to Japan.
I went to Japan.
Yeah.
And then it came, but then you brought it back.
I brought it back. Somewhere along that line in Japan, it was modified extensively by a shop called Prosit.
Is that a normal thing to modify a 911S?
No, it's quite a bit more rare and quite a bit more valuable. So people don't typically outlaw an S. They'll start with either...
What's an outlaw? What does it mean to outlaw?
Outlaw is when you modify them. I think it's a fancy name for them, but they've been modifying cars for a long time. You know, back in the day, Porsche used to give you a manual called the Sports Purpose Manual. Before they had, you know, all the RSs and stuff, they'd hand you the manual and they'd show you how you can modify your car. And this is sort of done, I would say 11/10ths of that, but it's got the same, the Lexan windows, the R doors and stuff. So it's very reminiscent of one of those builds.
So it's got R stuff going on.
Yeah, it's got definitely R style. I don't believe these are original R body panels, but it's definitely an R style front end on it. So it's got the R style fenders. It's got the fiberglass bumper, the hood, the doors, the rear deck lid. It's actually got Lexan windows on it as well.
Oh yeah, these feel like nothing.
Super light.
Yeah. Okay, and then so what's this color?
This is Tangerine. So Tangerine. It's a Porsche color. The car was originally silver, but it was repainted to this orange color, which I love. I think it works great with the car.
Oh, it's stunning. And this wide body, is that an S thing?
No, so this is an RS style flare. So they were original narrow body cars, but a common modification would be to put the RS style flares on them.
Okay, nice. And this wheel brake thing looks quite like a serious situation.
Yeah, so
here. It's got a lot of tire going on as well.
Yeah, it's got the more modern 16-inch wheels on it with the standard 964 calipers. Along with that, it's actually got a 964 RS motor in it, which...
Oh, let's have a look.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even if you feel this deck lid, it weighs nothing. It's got the R-style hinges and stuff on it. And then this is the 964 RS motor. So the interesting thing about this is a 964 motor in its own right is already a pretty special piece of Porsche history. Whoever built this car decided that, you know, it wouldn't be right with the fuel injection and stuff. Mm-hmm. So they've put Weber 46 IDAs on it. So the car actually sounds correct instead of the fuel injection. It also has a Web RSR cam as well as JE high compression pistons. And they've done, the rocker arms are WPC coated, which is a treatment that does make them stronger. Also has upgraded valve springs and titanium retainers. So it's an interesting piece of kit that someone really went to town on. Along with that, it's got the MSD, the dual 6AL ignition system on it.
So is it quite quick?
It is fairly quick, yeah.
It looks quite serious.
It does work, and it doesn't weigh very much either.
Is it on stock suspension?
No. It has full Tarett Engineering race suspension. So it's got RSR coilovers front and back. It's got I'm going to miss a bunch of stuff on because it's got so much on it. It's got 935 spring plates on it. It's got Tarett Engineering sway bars with the drop links, those beautiful machined drop links on it. It's got the control arms are actually pillow ball or Heim joints. So it's got those instead of standard ball joints. Same up on the tire rods. So it's a very direct car. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I spent an inordinate amount of time looking at these and still being completely confused by them. But so why has it got a roll cage? Is it built as a race car, or is this just a streetable?
It's a streetable car. It's more a street car,
right.
But it does give it rigidity. Yeah, it does have the door bars, which makes ingress and egress a bit, you know, now that I'm getting a little older, it makes it a little bit more complicated. But those bars do come off, and they're about a 10-minute job to pull both the door bars off.
Right, okay. And what's this little leather strap here, or is this just a leftover from like one night of BDSM?
No, the leather straps actually, because it doesn't have all the window mechanisms, the regulators and stuff, all been removed for lightness.
Right.
It's got a window strap now. That you
I
hold
see.
The polycarbonate windows up with. So all in the name of lightness. So.
How much does this car weigh?
I do not actually know. but I did order some scales, and I will be weighing it later on today.
Oh, okay, so it will be in the listing.
It will be in the listing.
Okay.
I'm very curious. My guess is under 2,000 pounds, and that may be too adventurous, but let's say that. What's your guess?
I was going to say somewhere around the 2 mark, but I don't know.
We got to see who's
Everything
closer,
feels so light.
I'm going to say 2,001 pounds. What's your number?
Yeah, I'll just go 2002 just to screw you over.
All right, well, that's fine.
It looks nice. So what are these seats? These are the Recaros?
Recaros on it. So these were, from what I'm told, they were an option if you picked up your Porsche at Porsche in 1972 and 73, because Porsche had just purchased the Recaro factory.
Right.
And so they could do that, I believe, on German delivery cars. So you could, if you went and picked up your car, or factory delivery cars. And so this is what those are. They are very, very rare. I've been offered a silly amount of money for them, and I didn't take it because the car would be completely wrong without them.
Right,
so,
it's part of its personality.
yeah, and then we've matched so I matched the basket weave, the Porsche basket weave that they have on the seats with the door cards, and then we did the dash trim as well, so it all kind of goes together.
Nice, okay, yeah, it looks good, that little combination there. It's quite clean inside.
Yeah, it's clean, but it's got patina. It's not all been redone. A lot of it's original, which I love.
Yeah.
So it's got, little nicks and stuff like that here. Very, very presentable still, but it shows it's, it's not something that's, it tells a story. This is a very usable car. I would not recommend someone daily drive this car. If anyone was going to daily this, they'd be quite a bit more hardcore than me.
Okay, so real hardcore. Are those the original gauges?
They are the original gauges, yeah. So what they've done different, and you can see the Prosit logo on there, is they've left everything original, which I love, and they've blacked out where the original red line was and moved the red line up now with the new engine and the valvetrain modifications.
So you can actually use that as a visual cue rather than just being confused. Lovely.
To it.
All right, well, now that I'm fully educated on this, I can still appreciate its beauty, and I know it's a super lightweight, monstrously fast thing. I wish you the best of luck with the auction.
I appreciate it.
And whoever gets this, look after it. Keep the legacy going.